What's up, everybody? Listen to this shit. Okay. This is what Social Security does. Okay. Listen to this shit. Okay. You pay, let's say, $25,000 a year in taxes that they take out of your money to put away for your retirement. Okay. So after 52 X amount of years, if you get to retire at 65, but it's like they'll tell your payoff is until 70 now. Now they moved it to 70. Okay, it used to be 55. Now they keep moving the fucking goalpost back. Okay, so let's say at fucking 65 you retired and they took $25,000 a year from you. Okay, that's $1.3 million. So that's $1,300,000 that they took from you over a span of 52 years at $25,000 a year. All right. So at 65, they give you, oh boy, $1,600. That's what the fuck you get. All right. Give or take 100 or two. So I'm rounding off to 1,600, okay? Trust me, because I just heard this conversation going on. And, all right, so 65. Now, at $1,600 a month, that's 12, that's $19,200. Okay, a year. So let's say you live another 15 years. You croak at 80. All right. So they've given you $288,000 of your money. But what about that other $1 million? Huh? What about that other $1 million? What the fuck happens to that? Because your family doesn't get it. So that's how much money they are stealing from us. Okay? That's how much money per person that they are stealing from us. Just to put that into perspective.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ty with Opinionated Grind. I'm back again today with yet another video. And guys, we're talking about this Social Security money. You know what? He makes a really good, valid point. It's sad because, we all work. Man, I have a 9-to-5 as well, guys. So I truly understand where he's coming from. Like I said, we all work. We all, toil away on these jobs, man. And before you know it, you're literally looking at 25 to 30 years that you done put in on the job. They take Social Security out of every single paycheck that you've got within those 25 to 30 years. Okay. Now, I like his breakdown. Okay. He threw a lot of numbers out there, but if you really listen, you can follow what he's saying. Okay. So now he's saying basically like 50 plus years. Okay. Now, and most people are not going to work 50 plus years. I mean, it just all depends. Now, he could be saying like, when you started working, some people start working when they're teenagers, so you have to kind of count those years in as well. So, you might end up working more than 30 plus years. Okay. But nevertheless, they're taking that Social Security out of every single check. Okay. Now, $1,600 a month, $19,000 a year over the span of 30 plus years. Okay. That's a lot of money, okay? And that is one of the questions that I've always asked myself was like, what's going on with the money? Like, where is it really going? Okay. Now, like he said, they are definitely moving the goalposts, especially when it comes to retirement. Last I checked, it was 67. Okay. So I'm not sure where he's getting the age of 70 from. You guys let me know down below in the comment section if you heard anything different. But yeah, I think it was like 67. It was 65. Okay. Now they moved it to 67. Okay, for retirement. So now I'm a little bit confused as far as what he means with Social Security being at 55. Is he saying that at the age of 55 you could draw Social Security before retirement? You see what I'm saying, guys? So I'm a little bit puzzled about that one. But I'm just talking about like overall as far as like when you can retire, which is the age of 67. Okay. But as he mentioned, you know, even if you manage to live another 15 years, and he, like he said, if you croak at 80 years old, that's only $280,000 that they've paid you in your retirement. And as he mentioned, that's the truth. The other $1 million, what happened to it? He's right. Where did that money go? Because it's not going to your family. You know, so where is it going? Does it go back into the Social Security pool to be distributed out to other people? Or somebody pocketing that money? See, those are questions that people are starting to wake up to and kind of start asking around, like, what the hell is going on? You see, we already know there's a lot of fraud going on in the country. We know that, you know, a lot of these politicians, man, a lot of these congressmen, let's put it out there, man. These guys are fake, they're corrupt. And I look at it like this. That money going somewhere. Is it feeding, you know, someone else's family? Is that extra money going to somebody's pocket, man, to, you know, buy these mansions and buy all of these nice, expensive luxury cars that's out here right now that we see in some of these affluent neighborhoods? Is the money going to fund, you know, people's kids' college tuition so they can go to Harvard, Yale, and you know, all these other really exclusive and expensive you know, schools? So these are questions that ponder in my mind on a regular basis. So that $1 million+ where's it going? And as he mentioned, guys, this is per person that's working. Per person. So the numbers are going to go even bigger than that because, you know, who knows? If you got, I'm just saying, guys, you got 30 million people working. I mean, the numbers is going to be astronomical. Astronomical. So these are valid, legitimate questions that we all need answers to, man. And I just have a feeling, guys, at the end of it, man, we're not going to be told the truth. That's a fact. Here's another question that I have, everybody, when it comes to Social Security. I mentioned this before in a previous video when I was wondering. I said, well, when they take all this money out of each one of our paychecks, okay, it goes into the fund, right? So that you're able to retire. Hopefully you make it to retirement. That's a whole nother conversation in the video. And that way, you know, once you make it to retirement, you're able to withdraw that money to live off of, right? Here's a question I have. The problem is that they're taking all of the money out of our paychecks for Social Security, but the last time I heard about Social Security, they were running out of money. Right? Look it up, guys. Social Security right now, as we speak, is supposedly running out of money. What the hell? So if they're taking the money out of my paycheck, your paycheck, and everybody else's paycheck that work, right? They're still pulling the money out of your paycheck, but they're running out of the money at the same time. Where the hell is the money going? You see what I'm saying, guys? Where the hell is the money going? It's corroborating right with what this guy is saying. Somebody's stealing the money. We don't know who it is. We don't know if it's some government officials. We don't know if it's, like I said, somebody in Congress. You know, we don't know if it's the lawmakers. We don't know who it is. But somebody taking our goddamn money. Because we sure as hell ain't getting it, just like he said. So, again, that's a problem that we don't have an answer to. And it continues to go on and on and on. And nobody's batting an eye. Nobody's asking questions. You know, even our president, you know, he's not looking into this crap to see what's really going on. It's fraud and abuse. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's fraud and abuse. So that's my take on it, man. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section how y'all feel about it. Like, once again, guys, comment, share the video, and most importantly, make sure that you tap that subscribe button, all right? So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Stay tuned, all right? Peace.